Hi, it's Trixie. Let's do a fun little 60s eye, shall we? Hi, it's Trixie, welcome back to the channel. And today I thought, why not? I just was like, what am I actually in the mood to do? What makeup am I actually in the mood to put on? I'm in the mood to put on one shadow, monochromatic, like garage door with just 60s graphic liner. This is one of my favorite things to do when I'm just kind of wanting to get ready in a hurry and I need a quick little 60s like Trixie eye structure and I just wanna use one shadow. So this is like Trixie makeup using one eyeshadow and two eyeliners. So I'm gonna go do my brows, I'm gonna put on my foundation, same thing as always, and I'm gonna come back with just brows and foundation. I'm gonna show you guys how to just do the cheek, lip, and eye and get out the door. So I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. I have had times in drag and out of drag where I keep being like, did I lose my phone? Did I lose my wallet? Every time I've had that like wallet watch, did I leave the oven on feeling, it's because I forgot to put on perfume or cologne. Smelling good is the only thing you need to feel great. I feel very strongly about that. Scentbird is a fragrance subscription service that allows you to try a new designer fragrance for only $17 a month. With each fragrance, you get a 30-day supply without having to commit to a whole bottle. There are over 600 brands to choose from big name designers like Prada or Gucci or Versace, or niche ones like Confessions of a Rebel, Parfum de Marly, DS and Durga, and that's always changing. Like I'm seeing new ones all the time. They have perfumes and colognes and unisex options, but you know how I feel. I think everything's unisex for everyone. So this is what it comes in. It's this little Scentbird gig, and you can see what's in there. It comes with a lot of product, but the great thing is this little cover keeps it safe, so I can put it in my travel bags, in my purses, my touch-up bags. You just twist to lock it so I can carry it in a purse and it's never gonna spray on its own, but I just twist to unlock. So now my favorite part of the videos, which is where I save these to try on camera with you, and many of them become my real favorites. Some of them I don't even respond to immediately. The Issey Miyake I talked about a few videos ago, have it on today. Some of them grow on you and then they're your favorite. The first one is House of Beau Rosario, an androgynous radiant rose scent. I've arrived. When I think rose, I do always think it's gonna read feminine, but you guys, this is a tall drink of water, baby. Beautiful, obsessed, new favorite, sorry. Let's see what else is coming up. Joe loves Ebony and Cassis, combining the sharp sweetness of perfectly ripened blackberries and cassis. Ooh. You know, I'm gonna be honest, this is the beauty of Scentbird. I will wear this a few times. I would not buy the whole bottle. And that's what I like about Scentbird, you guys, is some of these, I'll wear them once in a while, but I don't need a gallon of it on my vanity. This one's called Scandalwood by Heretic, creamy sandalwood, exotic coriander, and voluptuous Bulgarian rose. A creative collaboration between Dita Von Teese and Heretic Parfum. I'm gonna love this. I've never smelled anything like it. There's a softness to it that I did not anticipate. I thought it was gonna be really like barky and aggressive. It's very demure, very soft spoken. Make sure you click the link below to go to Scentbird's website or scan the QR code and use my code Trixie55 for 55% off your first month with Scentbird. That's only about $8 for your first month. And let's get back to the video. All right, so I'm back and it looked crazy. I did kind of my usual foundation routine. I have on like the Trixie Cosmetics cream bronzers, my normal Urban Decay Brow Blade brows. I'm just gonna add a little depth in the cheeks here. I have Peace Out Poppy here. I really love the look of like 60s makeup and like being super tan. And so I try to go really tan with my face when I do kind of a super 60s look, especially when I do this graphic black and white. Once you put the black and white on your face, the contour kind of washes out a little bit. I like to take the deeper shade and that's what I push right here for a little more depth. Do you see that compared to that side? Contouring, bronzing, blush even. If you're using two shades, it always looks better. If you're new to blush, using two shades is the trick. It just makes everything look more dynamic, more real. You don't just have two exact copies of blush splatters on your face. It has more like depth. So it's not many products here today. It's just some liners and I think we should just go for it. I want to do big washes of color, like big washes of blue. But first I'm gonna sketch out the liner, the black liner. So I have my Prados Beauty black liner, indigenous owned, woman owned business. One of my favorite liners. And because we're doing kind of 60s, I don't wanna do too snatched up. I'm gonna really try to do straight out today. Now in some 60s looks, the liner will almost go down. My drag version of that is going straight out. I just don't wanna go too, just like that, little template. Not too big, not too crazy. My whole eyelid is covered in black liner. Not too big, not too crazy. Okay, just like that. Beautiful, gorgeous. So I kind of want to do something abnormal for me. I want the blue to be really, really blue. So I'm gonna take some of my KVD whiteout here. I'm just gonna take on the end of a brush and I'm gonna use this to like basically prime where the blue shadow is gonna be. You could use blue, but I want this to be pastel. I don't want it to really have depth. I just want it to have a big opacity and nice clarity of tone. I just don't want it to be dark. If I did a blue gel and then put blue shadow over it, it would be too blue, but I really want like mint, mint, mint. So everywhere the blue shadow is gonna go, I'm gonna put down this white, and then I'm gonna switch to the sponge because I really want it buffed out. So we're going in with Girl Talk. I have this little light blue here, and listen, this is the sample before the real sample, so every shade says color name. So please put in what color this is, thank you. And because I primed it with the white, I think this is really just gonna grab. Ooh, baby, we are shooting blue now, man. What does that mean, shooting blue? I really wanna think like big washes of cloudy blue because this is gonna turn into all graphic eyeliner, so go big and high with it. What I'm shooting for is Twiggy, and I'm probably gonna end up looking like Divine, and that's okay. Shooting for Twiggy and ending up Divine, it could be worse. I'm also taking a little bit of my Color Fix in white from Danessa Myricks, and that's what I'm using on a fluffy brush here to just thin out. The KBD was kind of sticking, so I switched over to this, and this is looking a little thinner, which is great. Danessa sent me every Color Fix a couple years ago, and I always am like, why don't I use those? I think it's because real makeup artist products like that scare me sometimes, so I'm just like, oh God, I'm gonna mess that up. But we need to have confidence in the makeup world. We need to have confidence. But look at that. See how blue that is and how big that is? Love. If we had done this without the base, it just wouldn't have the punch. Now the other version of this is gonna go under the eyes. This is so backwards, I know, to like paint something white and then put shadow on it, but I'm telling you, sometimes this is the way to get something to look really pastel. Like Juno Birch, I taught her how to do her legs because she was like, I can never find tights that are pastel enough. And I said, well, you know, if you do blue tights and put a white ballet pair on top, they'll turn pastel. And she said, even legs ever since, so you're welcome. Just changing lives. Yeah, the Danessa Myricks is so thin, you guys. You can just like shear it down. Do you see how perfect that looks? Just placing it and then patting it. And then while it's kind of tacky, before it fully sets, we're gonna throw on the shadow. So I'm gonna work on getting the blue on this side, and we'll be right back. So I packed on all the aqua shadow, and it's looking like I wanted it to look. Do you see how it's like, it looks bad right now, but like it looks nice and bright. So let's start doing some liner here. So I have my Kat Von D white out here. You guys, I have started, instead of putting my brush in it, I've started scooping, which has been keeping it whiter longer. I don't know why I didn't use my big brain to think of that sooner, but here we are. So this eyeshadow looks really light, but I'm doing a lot of white in this look. So I know once I get white on my eyes, this will look, by contrast, more blue and less like gray. I love, I mean, clock me through the years, no matter what my skill level was in drag, I love blue eyeshadow, and I always will. I love blue eyeshadow. I was one of those kids that like, you know, Mimi from Drew Carey, you know, Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors, all these, Frankenfurter, all these people that had gray blue eyeshadow, I was like, oh, these are the divas. So I did the white liner here, and then I pressed it with a little bit of white shadow. I think this is a really old, yeah, this is Sugar Pill Taco that's hit pan. Do you know how many of these little ones that I've hit pan are just like sitting around? So now that we have a base, like if you're doing a really easy, tricksy 60s thing, you do all this pastel and this white, and almost everything left is black eyeliner. It's super easy. I have my Inglot in number 77. So the first thing I'm gonna do is start creating my liner shape. I don't live in fear, all right? You just gotta go for it. And I always kind of sketch the shape and then fill it in. So then I'll use the Prados Beauty just on the ends to finish it. So now I'm gonna do some pen liner to start connecting these. The other thing is if you're gonna become a graphic liner person, the second that liner pen starts to dry out, throw it away. You do not wanna be trying to do precision work with something skipping or like, it's just, girl, don't even do it. People who make a certain graphic liner their look, like Val Garland, Twiggy, obviously, like people like that are amazing to me. You basically make a liner that's so iconic that people can't imagine your face without it. I mean, who does that sound like? So this isn't working for me. This is looking a little weird, so I'm gonna extend this. That's more my vibe. Do you see that whiplash kind of look? I mean, I don't wanna say I was inspired, but you guys, when I first started looking at pictures of Divine when I was like 19 or 20, and I saw pictures of her turned to the side, I remember seeing that big whip liner and being like, wow. That was the first time I'd seen someone really do makeup that didn't even look like a real eye. It was like a impressionist painting of an eye, like a pop art interpretation of an eyeball. And I was like, there's something there that I wanna do. So I'm gonna do this to this side and be right back. Now we have both sides on here, looking pretty good, pretty cool, pretty fancy. So I'm gonna start, I personally can't live with the way lashes look when I have liner on and no mascara, so I have to do that first. This is my Wet n Wild Cookie Monster curler, which is so funny. This is Lash Stiletto from Maybelline. I'm gonna be honest, this is one of my least favorite Maybelline mascaras. Great Lash is by far the worst. but Sky High is so good. Bounce Curl Mascara is so good. This one, I just don't know who this is for. Usually brushes like this that are very long and thin are lengthening mascaras. I don't love the look of that. I like a fluffy or chunkier lash, so I don't know. So now that we've done this, we have to do our upper liner here to start to make it make sense. So there's two ways to do that. One of them is to do a gel. I could go in with the gel, but I don't trust myself, so I'm gonna do a pen. So I went and got my Lollipop liner, which is from Beauty Bakery, one of my favorites. This one has a slight metallic finish, which I don't love, but it's nice and black. Everyone shut up. Do you like how I say everyone shut up when no one's here? I don't know what that is. What I learned from different TikToks about graphic liner is just do it in one swoop. So that's gonna be kind of what that side's gonna look like. It doesn't have lashes. I promise when lashes are on, this really looks better. Now, a little secret trick you could do, and I'll just show you how to do it. I might as well help you people. Okay, let me get a black shadow. So I grabbed my Daytime Realness palette, which is like, it has a deep, deep gray called Signing Off, and this is what I'm gonna use to kind of smooth here. But basically, when you have a graphic liner like this, sometimes it helps to take a really dark shadow and just buff it over like that, just to soften. It just keeps it from looking like, I don't know, a strip of liquid eyeliner. That's about it, homie. So I am gonna do this to this side and be right back. Well, we have the look on here. I mean, I didn't do a great job on the graphic liner, but honestly, I don't ever come on YouTube and pretend to be a great makeup artist, so here we are. For blush, because I did this really light aqua, I really wanna go really orange with the cheeks. So I have this Kaleidos blush. Watch this. We have one of our Trixie Cosmetics blush brushes. Watch. Ooh! That is hot, honey. And for 60s blush, I really like high placement and very like baby doll. Really impactful, like one place. Oh, do you guys see that? Isn't that f***ing beautiful? Oh. So for the lip, I wanted to go really neutral, but really peachy. So I grabbed one of my favorite Maybelline lipsticks. This one's in Poet. I wear Loyalist all the time, which is a light pink. This one's like a peach. Do you see that? So I grabbed a liner here. Wherever Walnut for Makeup Forever. Gorgeous. And then I don't want to do anything with too much of a bow. For my like really 60s looks, I try to do more straight across, like pillowy lips, not like arched. I'm gonna warm up the inside with another Makeup Forever pencil. This is Go Ahead Pink, just to warm the inside. I find in drag, no matter what look I'm doing, warming up the inside of my lip is a good move. Do you see that? This is one of those lip colors we keep in the touch-up bag all the time on set, because if I have to do a lip touch-up, this is kind of peach, kind of pink, kind of neutral. It can touch up a lot of colors for me. Gorge, right? I'm gonna put a little bit of white on the inside. I'm gonna take a little bit of this KVD and just like lighten. This is a gel liner, so I don't think it's made for your lips, but whatever, what's gonna happen? This is pretty much the final look. I'm gonna put on something really retro and mod, and we'll be right back. And we have the final look. You guys, I quite like it. It's very simple. I don't do this often, but this is when I just feel I wanna do something super 60s and kind of just like switch it up. I get so sick of doing the dark grease and the light lid and the mama. I love doing little drawn on lashes, even though as you can see, I'm not great at it. This eye is watering, so don't look at that. But like, I'm not great at drawing on lashes. I just kind of just go for it. But I do love the look of like just one color, a garage door, and then just like a floating liner crease. Do you guys like that? I do. Anyway, I mean, I don't have much to recap for today's looks. These are products you guys have seen me use a million billion times, but obviously I can't recommend Girl Talk enough. I used one shade in here, but as you guys can see, there's a billion cool shades in here. I have an instinct to do like white glitter right here, but I feel like once I start putting glitter on, I'm gonna get out of control and start covering everything in glitter. So I think this is a good place to stop. Step away from the makeup brush and get away from yourself. Thank you guys for joining me here on the channel. If you like this makeup look, please let me know. And if you don't, go watch someone else. Goodbye.